What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Rainbow Six ESL PC Challenger League Season 8 North America Open Qualifier Playoffs. That is a mouthful. We thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Tight Angles, and joining me, you probably know because you're here on his stream, Sternap. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on indeed? And we are going to see Disrupt versus Elephant Gang. I think this is one of the games that everyone's been waiting for. Elephant Gang is, of course, going to be banning out Thermite here on Border, which is our first map. If you're wondering who we are, you can type in ! casters. If you're wondering what the maps are, you can type in ! maps in the chat. A couple of useful commands for you guys. What do you think of the Thermite ban there, Ty?
It's going to be interesting. We've been seeing Thermite ban on a myriad of maps a lot lately for some reason.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
That I was not expecting. That I don't know if it was a troll. Now, we do have to kind of preface this game with the fact that, you know, both of these teams are now in Challenger League. This is a seeding match, so it's not as imperative of a match, I guess, as it would be normally, but that was kind of caught me off guard. And now the Mira gone as well.
Yeah, I think Elephant Gang are gonna ban out Jaeger this time as well, because the last time I saw them play Border, they also banned Jaeger. They just took Yings, took nades, and they just abused the hell out of it. I think honestly they are gonna ban the Jaeger here. No, it's gonna be an Echo ban, more of a default ban coming out from Elephant Gang. So there goes my analysis. But we are gonna be getting into round number 1 here very shortly. I'm just gonna turn you up a little bit in Discord, Ty, because you're a little bit quiet, which is very unnatural for you.
Okay, I know. So let's talk about this. So if I, as a competitive team where maybe not as much on the line this particular game, but still you want to win it, right? You want to set the tone going in a Challenger League as not the newbie to be messed with. This is a horrible situation if I'm on attack, and this is a very, very uncomfortable situation if I'm on defense with my Mira and my Echo gone. Do I even want to go to the basement, Cernab? Hey, do I even want to go? Do I even want to go down to the server in this particular
just
situation?
Looking at the operator lineups as well, on top of that, of what you're saying is like, yeah, do you want to go downstairs? I think honestly, this is just going to turn into team deathmatch, and it's going to be those sites that are small and have the bombs very, very close together, which are going to be the easiest to hold on to. So I'm thinking Bathroom Towers is going to be more popular. I cannot see a customs take, although there's a lot of areas of customs. If there's no hard breach, I'm talking more of this customs wall that you can't open, and you're just forced into these small areas. The fact that smoke also wasn't banned is going to be very, very interesting, to say the least. Also, just looking at Disrupt's lineup here, it's just the pure yellow meta, and this is going to be really interesting to see how this actually goes down. Although, honestly, it seems like Elephant Gang have taken a very sort of default lineup of how you would normally expect to see this. We've seen a lot of Maestro being used in place of Mirror, in a way. Sometimes you see it where they'll reinforce a wall where they want to play a Mirror, and they'll put a Maestro cam either on it or nearby, and then you can still use it to peek out.
Absolutely. So the round will get underway. This is round number 1. What I say is it's definitely going to be an interesting match. It's very difficult to predict exactly what it is we're going to see, what angles the attackers are going to put emphasis on, although East Stairs Control now firmly in control of the hands of the attackers right now. Remember, absolutely no reinforced wall breaching capabilities on the sides of the attack, so they're going to be relying heavily, I believe, on the shield to get the rest of his team safely through the doorways.
Yeah, there go the line charges, there go the finger buffs, there goes everything. Gotcha moves in, but Madiga takes down Avian as Ghost takes down Gotcha in heavy response. Ghost unable to get out of there as Madiga guns him down. Good Madiga with a 3rd kill, takes down Trippin with a headshot. There goes another finger buff as well, as Super does take down Spades and throws out a Nitro into Fountain. Does find a kill onto Modiga, so he's managed to even it out 2v2, but Remorse just TK's Skittles, just executes his own teammate and turns him to a 1v2 situation for himself. Not looking too good for him, but he does still have one of those E1D charges on the board and does manage to recover the diffuser. Don't forget, there is now no Nitro from Super. So it's going to be very hard if K9 loses this gunfight for Super to close this out.
No nitro for Super indeed, but there's one in a very predictable, only one pathway he can go through. He's actually gone through it. No hard defense against it, but of course, Super sneaking behind the little bookcase will peek out at just the right time, get the kill, and that will be round number 1 going to the defense of Elephant Gang.
I'm a little confused there by Remorse's way in which he peeked that, because he had to have known that Super was playing in Archives, because he didn't cross over, and he knew that he got the kill onto Blackbeard from there. So I'm a little confused of if he didn't know he was there, or if he didn't expect him to be playing that close up. Either way, that was a surprising victory for Elephant Gang, I gotta say, with the amount of kills that went down so early on into Shrup's favor, especially with Smoke going down as early as he did.
It was interesting indeed, and I think that the attackers, that's not necessarily got a little bit lucky, but the Finka LMG was hard at work getting that triple kill. You know, the Blitz pushed into the fountain area, I think, a little too deep. I think when he noticed that there was 2 people there, maybe it wasn't necessarily the best time to ADS. I think it ending up in a trade, a 1v1 trade, which later on ended up being traded a little bit harder on the side of the defenders. Thankfully, Finka was able to make up a little bit of ground. But, you know, it's very difficult. These teams have probably never, especially in a competitive atmosphere, maybe in ranked or messing around in casual or something like that, have probably never had the inability to use any hard breachers of any kind. And so it's kind of a learning curve right now, and I just like we see that it's a very similar lineup with a slight adjustment. I expect the IGL to make those slight adjustments until they finally find a combination that actually works.
Well, there's also the combination of, like, you can still win the round without a hard breacher, and teams are used to doing that, of where their hard breacher gets spawn peaked or he goes down early for a trade, and now they have to win the rest of the round without a hard breacher, without him having ever done anything. The big difference here from that, though, is that the defenders from the get-go know there is no hard breacher, so that is going to change the way in which they set up the sites as well.
Absolutely. But again, we're kind of in a little bit of uncharted territory, and already the attackers have pushed all in to the waiting room. I think all 5 of them are in there. They will catch one over in customs inspection, and ADS will go out. 2 players will drop down. Thankfully, Finka is one of the sides that will get Gotcha back up. He will finish his kill onto Avian, and the attackers now up 1. Only 40 seconds into this round, make that 2. Skittles will get a kill of his own onto Trippin, and they're now smacking this bathroom barricade with the glass rounds. Gotcha will ADS. He'll pick up his second of the round. A 5v2. Not even a minute off the board, and now they are pushing onto site finally. Somebody will end the reign of terror, but a 2 and a 2, and that will be it. Disrupt will fire right back, winning round number 2, and we have a tie ball game.
What the hell just happened? Everyone died so quickly. I mean, Gotcha moves into customs, and he's just constantly taking 1v1s, and taking all those 1v1s against a Blitz is just not a situation you want to be in at all. I was surprised he won 2 of them in a row, though, although he was definitely playing with fire as soon as he went up onto the server's door, and he's looking straight at K9, and he's got to know by that point he's going to die, because he's on like 10 health. That was the big disadvantage as well, is that he got picked up by the Finka buff, which actually puts him on, I think, 25 health when he gets revived. But once that health boost goes away, he ends up on 5 health, where then if he had just been revived normally, he would have been on 50 health.
So a Capital to a Fuse. A Fuse, kind of a neutral pick. Typically, he's a little bit less of an effective pick, but I'm not going to argue with the 6 pick. I kind of want to see exactly what they have in mind for it.
It's being taken for the shield. Like, they're taking Fuse shield. You can see their PMM ballistic shield. That's his loadout. They've been running this Finka strat. So where they do it is they put the Finka buff out, they push the shield all the way in, and that is going to increase his ADS time and his accuracy with the pistol. So he could just start laying down those shots. You saw how effective that was with Gotcha. Having 2 shields is probably going to make that even more effective. So let's see how it goes down as we do move into round number 3.
Is it though? Is 2 shields going to make it more effective?
Well,
it's going to make it more annoying.
Yeah.
But is it going to make their slaying ability, because their breaching ability is so limited, you gotta kind of figure out a method to increase the chances of your slaying ability to go up. And sure, you got the cluster charges, but is a double shield, especially what some would consider to be the worst shield among the available shield picks, is that going to really up the game? Here they are already blasting into sight, already into armory, and they are above sight, and here will come cluster charge number 1, I am sure. All of the defense down on sight. The cluster charge will get a kill, making me eat my words and how effective I think Fuse is. And that will be a little bit of health off of Smoke and Castle as well. So a frag as well as a little bit of health taken off of the defender's triple will respond right back though. And he will eliminate Gotcha. 4v4 now, 2 minutes left.
Oh no! He stood still because of the line charge. Oh no, K9, he's gonna die from this. Oh my god, he gets down. He doesn't die from it. But yeah, Space is just gonna breach charge it. He's easily gonna get the kill now because Aim's gonna have to move in and try and pick him up. And Spades from above should be able to pick up a very nice, easy kill on the return because he's trapped him in the bathroom now. There's no way he gets out of that. And you see the Think Buff is going to go out. He's going to put another breach charge down, maybe trying to bait it out a little bit as he's just going to be pushing around. It is a 4v4 situation, and Remorse still going to be hunting down onto Metal. And surprisingly, things have actually slowed down quite a bit. As Remorse going to be pushing around into the main hallway. We still see Trippin on this flank, however, I don't think anyone's aware that he's in here. This is great for him. We haven't seen a huge amount of droning from either team, so this could be a really devastating flank later on. As Disrupt take control of this top floor, just trying to open up all these verticals where they can. As I think they slowly start to realize they can't do it. I think Space is going to get caught out here. Oh no, he just drops down. Oh, Trippin sees him, and he's got to be sure there's no one else. So he's going to be able to retake control of the armory and play those same vertical holes that they just opened up.
I don't think he has any idea. Skittle somewhere on the other side. We get a double headshot in a matter of seconds, but he will get shut down right afterwards. 3v2, Disrupt still at the advantage. Fades will get a kill with that Fuse. 3v1 now, and Disrupt in great shape to take the round. They have 40 seconds to play with. They have complete control of the site. As soon as they decide to step onto it, they do want to actually finally take the time to do a little bit of droning, but Trippin through a breach charge hole that Fuse opened up will get the shot down on to one of the attackers. And so he will just kind of hang on upstairs, trying to be a little bit of a nuisance. Meanwhile, the plant will go down. 18 seconds left, but the plant does go down indeed. So now Trippin will have to try and do this retake. He will creep around the corner. It is just a pixel away from the shield. He will see it. Some shots will go down, but Spades will hip fire him, I believe, down to the ground. Disrupt, string 2 together.
That Dokkaebi Lion Thinker Fuse, the Fuse especially with the Lion combo, that is absolutely horrific to deal with. And we saw that just completely destroy Super and K9. It's just going to be unlucky at that point. I mean, I think a lot of people make the point of that sometimes Fuse is played incorrectly, that you should really use him not to try and get the kill, but to force people out of position so that you can get the kill when they rotate, right? But using the Lion, you have 2 choices. You move and you get wallbanged, or you stay still and you explode. It's even better if you use Jackal on combination with that, so you get tracked, you get lioned, so you can either move, get wallbanged, you can either stay still, get wallbanged, or you can cry in a corner.
So,
I get wallbanged.
The attackers this round opt to bring the exact same lineup they did last time, but instead they did not 6-pick the Capitao to Fuse, probably because they're going to have to attack elsewhere this round. So it will begin. Disrupt, like I said, stringing 2 together. And I want to go back to this Thermite bot. I don't remember if you remember back in the day when there was just rumors about competitive Siege being able to ban operators, and nobody knew how the mechanics were going to work. So everybody's like, well, that was the first thing on everybody's mind, where Habana and Thermite were going to be banned. And now that it became an actuality and it's kind of a back and forth sort of deal, we actually, I don't think I've ever seen it before. So it's interesting to see that actually happen, especially on a map that's so kind of meta-ized, if that's even a word. So a map that is, you typically don't see too many things mixed up when somebody sets up for defense and when the attackers come in and try to attack. So it is really forcing these teams, I think, to think on their feet. And I'm enjoying it so far. Disrupt making a couple little minute changes every round, but they knew that they didn't lose round number 1 too much to make a major change, and these incremental changes have started to really pay off for them.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Border tends to be played fairly default. There's a few things you can do differently here, mostly in terms of mirror setups, but we're not seeing a mirror at all either. So, yeah, I would agree with that sentiment that it tends to be the same. This is a completely different playstyle, and I like that from Op-Bands. Jesus, I don't know how to speak today. That Op-Bands, you could see the same map over and over again, but it's very unlikely you see it played in the same way because the operator bands would be slightly different. Anyway, Smoke's going to go out onto the fountain as Super picks up the first kill of the round. That's Spade's down and out of it already. That's already Capitao down. There's a huge utility pick going on there. As Gotcha going to move through, and you see this crossfire beautifully set up here between Avian and Ghost, as Ghost is essentially going to get smoked out here in a second. Smokes are going to go out onto the fountain here from Gotcha, and he's going to call it out that there is someone playing to the side of this, so he's going to be pushing up. He's trying to bait out. Ooh, the C4 gets baited out, and yeah, he's definitely going to know there's someone over there now, and it looks like Disruptor having a bit of trouble trying to get him pushed out of here, because Gotcha's already taken a few hits on top of the Nitro. So he can't really push in here without going down. He's got to make sure that he can get refragged if he does that. Frag grenades are going to go out, but they're not really going to find any connection there, as Madiga is going to throw out another frag grenade onto the counter fountain, but it's not going to matter because Trippin on the other side gets a kill, but gets immediately shut down by Madiga. Meanwhile, Avian finds a kill of his own. There goes Gotcha finally with the diffuser, no doubt, as well, as Madiga going to try and re-peek it, tries to get the kill, but no, it doesn't get anything. Turns into a 2v4 now all of a sudden, as Remorse going to play around on 90. Pre-fire it all down, but not going to get a kill from that. 50 seconds left to go. Not looking too good here for Disrupt. Their whole momentum is being destroyed, but they still have that Finker buff. They still have the E1D, and they will deploy all that utility as Remorse attempts to go for the push through Armory. He will manage to get in very, very quickly here, as K9 does actually get detected, but he does manage to go for the pre-fire into Remorse, as he almost finds the kill into Super, but a great shot from Super takes down Remorse, and Ghost finishes things off with a kill onto Madiga. And,
I feel like Super deserves to be in the kill feed right there. What a shot through the wall, and his teammate getting the other kill in that round. And I tell you what, that's a great job by Elephant Gang. They realized, listen, there's absolutely no way these guys are going to get through any of our reinforcements. So what do? They doubled down on the choke points. They made sure if they were going to lose somebody, then the other team was going to, at the very least, also lose somebody if they were going to lose somebody in the first. So they did a fantastic job. They got these angles. They held it just like you described with Avian and I forget who else setting up that crossfire over there at the fountain. The same thing was going on at the other side near Pillbox. And meanwhile, Jaeger peeked out. He got a kill. He got traded instantly. But they did a very good job of being patient, right? They didn't have any roamers anywhere. They just held their ground on the choke points and made sure that they didn't have any uneven trades, and that's what led to their
locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, that's an interesting point to bring up as well. Is trading is very important in a game like this, especially where it basically just turns into team deathmatch, where people just run in against each other, try and take as many gunfights as possible. Keeping the numbers even throughout that kind of engagement is very important. We saw that a lot, especially from Trippin.
Absolutely. And another thing about that particular point is if you're doing a rush strategy, you're as an attacker, you're kind of wanting the same thing. Like the guy in front is going to be the first one to probably get shot at as he runs through a doorway. And since you're so in line with him, as you're all so tight together, your mentality is, well, if somebody does manage to get the drop on him because he was hiding in a corner in a room while he's shooting the first guy, you know, the rest of them can shoot and kill that guy. And he gets the kill beforehand. And a very early kill, about 12 seconds in, 2 kills, a trade right back. K9 and Skittles, each getting a kill. Skittles popping K9, I believe, on the spawn peak, if I'm not mistaken, in CCTV. I'm not quite sure, though. We didn't see the action go down.
Yeah, so he went down from this hallway, and he spawn peeked onto AC, and AC Remorse's body. on the ground. Someone get some chalk.
No EE1Ds coming out this round, but full upstairs control for the attackers. They did not slow down at all. They killed K9 and decided to take the entirety of that upstairs. So still over 2 minutes left, a lot of a round left to play, and Gotcha, atypical for the shield player, will be solo pushing deep into enemy territory.
He's so far out of position here at the moment, though. There is a big chance of him overextending and not able to get refragged. There's no one playing next to him. He is going to get a very lit up here by Trippin. Some nice shots coming out from him as the Thinker buff does come out onto Gotcha. That's going to allow him to fast ADS, but not just that. That completely no recoil with the pistol, just allowing you to spam it down. As Castle Barricade has already been a little bit hit up for him to be able to quickly knock it down and push through. Madiga gets a kill onto Tripper, but Ghost is going to trade it back. But oh, Spades again! He's going to fuse Super. Oh no, Super going to get fused again as Avian on the flank takes down Madiga. Has managed to push it into a 2v2 situation as smokes go out and Gotcha just going to plant on the site. Now it's all down to Spades to try and cover him. I'm not sure what Spades is doing here. He's just... Yep, well, he's going to die for it as Ghost takes him down with a headshot. Now it's a 1v2. All down to Gotcha on the site. He's playing around the workshop. He's going to smoke off his connector here.
I was going to say, the diffuser is down, so he's in not a horrible situation. They didn't see him. Oh, both of them turn the corner at the same time as he ADS. And Cheeky Ghost will not pick up his teammate, but instead let him get a little bit of a nap while he goes and defuses.
Defender mission success.
Oh, that's just toxic, Ghost. Teabagging your own teammate. Where's the coercion, you know? Unfortunate. Anyway, we're going to be moving through now into the second half as we are going to see the first defenses coming out from Disrupt. So, something I want to point out here is Elephant Gang are flawless, I'm pretty sure, on border. They haven't lost border in CL calls at all yet. Don't forget, we also had 4 CL calls before this, so anytime they get border in their map pool, they normally win it. And this is what you normally see. Super on Ying. Somehow, Super on Ying, within 5 seconds of throwing a Candela, he's in the middle of the site and he's already killed 3 people. I have not seen a better Ying player in NA.
It's like one of those roll the ball across the floor and make sure you're like 1 step behind the rolling ball. You know what I mean?
I think it's more that he throws the rolling ball and he stands on top of it while it's rolling into the site.
Oh, he just rides it into the site and displays it. Gotcha.
I think, honestly, he does such beautiful work with Ying, especially with how consistent he is with her gun. The T95 is not considered one of the better guns in the game, and Ying is often seen as this operator that relies on momentum, right? If you do not get 5 kills, maybe even 6, you know, on his teammate or something like that, as you just run in and spray down everyone while the Candelas are going off. Once they've stopped that, once you've already used your utility, you're just gonna die because you can't contest gunfights. Oh no. You see this from Spades, what he's doing? He's brought the alibi shotgun, which you really do not see that often, but it is so great at opening up the soft destruction.
So not only they brought they bathrooms tellers, right, as their opening defense.
Yep.
Got the alibi, got the frost, and already Jaeger, half of his health is gone, I think, on a botched peek, or a botched run out there. So, from Passport. And so, unfortunate, and Spades will get killed. Number 1 onto Trippin. That will be Ash off the board already.
What?
Wow.
How does that happen? What the girl? How does this happen? Oh no! Are you kidding me?
Double kill outside. The lulls will go ham in the game chat. Spades somehow still alive will run back in to the building. Finally, somebody will end his reign of terror. Actually, with a double kill. Fantastic job by K9 on that Lion to bring it back the other way and not let the other team's memes be dreams, shall I say. He doesn't have a lot of health left to work with, and neither does Sledge. As a matter of fact, Sledge was down. And what a train wreck of a round by Elephant. K9 tried to do everything he could to bring a little bit back, but unfortunately was not able to do so. 3 now.
How does... What just happened? Like, so let's just review the round for a bit, right? They know that Super is bringing the Ying, and they do not want him
Check.
to get anywhere near the site.
Check.
So they go for the early spawn peak. It fails, but they know where they're coming from. So then we see the alibi of Spades going for the spawn peak. He managed somehow, I don't know where he got that kill from. It must have been from upstairs. But he gets the pistol kill with a headshot onto Trippin. And you're thinking, okay, that's fine, because Trippin is probably the entry fragger here. He's the first to die, right? That's fine. He's probably going to retreat now. And
I mean, he had to come out of office's window, like where our archives door, and jumped off the north balcony.
So then they know the rest of them are coming through passable because they're opening it up, they're droning it out, they're doing the smart thing, right? So in the Disrupt go, no, sorry, Spades goes. It probably wasn't a team coordinated effort. Let's be honest here. Hey, what if I just jumped out? Because there's no way he can test the rest of those angles because he's brought the shotgun, and the shotgun and alibi is absolutely dreadful. So he just takes his pistol out and he just runs out with CCTV. He kills 3 people. How does that happen?
I have no idea, but that is just Disrupt things, I guess. Once you slap that name Disrupt on your team, the aggression level just automatically goes up. And I'll tell you what, they've been finding a lot of success with it. We heard all about Disrupt in Austin, Texas at the DreamHack event. We're hearing all about Disrupt now, the #1 seed right now in this particular qualifier, already having qualified in the Challenger League. So, you know, I don't know if it comes with the territory. I don't know if the addition of Skittles had anything to do with it. But, you know, so far, so good. I'm interested to see how the rest of this best of 3 plays out.
You know, I was talking to Remorse before this game, and he was saying about how, you know, Disrupt are playing against SSG in the US Nationals on Friday, so good luck to them in that game. So they were kind of like, oh yeah, it's probably going to be a fairly memey game, but he says it in such, like, a bad way. Like, I'm expecting some really high-level strategy. Honestly, these games are a great break from what I normally end up casting in that high-level strategy, right? Where we just have a little bit of fun. But these are great players, and they put on a great show for it as well. They're fun games to cast, they're fun games to get involved in, especially with how quick these rounds go. You see already drones coming in. You see that Super is getting ready to get that push onto the go with his Candelas. I know the game says cluster flash charges, but they're just not. They're called Candelas, okay, game?
Oh, they're Candelas, for sure.
It's got to be one of the most annoying changes of this patch.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. That's not a practical change. But anyway, another thing about the entertainment value is when, folks, let me know in chat, has anybody ever seen this combination of bands before? In a high level, I mean, this is a Challenger League seeding match game, of course, both of these teams having already qualified, but you know, it's still high-level competition, the second highest level you could get other than Pro League, and a lot of these players here have had experience in Pro League. All of a sudden, Avian and Ghost both picking up 1. Actually, 2 minutes in. This is probably the longest we got into a round without a kill. Avian will get another one. He's on a tear right now. Gotcha will get one of his own. Ghost will get another one. Avian goes both with a 2-piece so far. 1v4, and it looks like, yep, Avian will finish it off with a triple. On to Gotcha, and Elephant Gang switching gears here a little bit. They kind of took their time at the very beginning, letting me talk about nonsense at the beginning of the round. But after that, they just kind of stepped on it, and Avian finished it up strong to put Elephant Gang up 1 more again.
Oh, man. I think Ghost has pretty much summed up this game. He doesn't know what's going on anymore. It's such a weird game going on. You've seen the amount of shotguns that are being taken here by Disrupt? Cav had a shotgun. Weird, Castle had a shotgun. Like yeah, no, I kind of like it too. I think it's an interesting thing to be bringing here. It also means that a lot of Disrupt members are relying on pistols for their long range kills, and you see what Skittles tried to do there. He was in open area, and he impacted the hatch down into tunnels because he figured there was someone on east stairs or in waiting room in that area, and he was correct. Like, Avian was there. But as soon as that impact went out, Avian ran up the east stairs and held the angle because he was expecting Skittles to rotate through there. And that is why he impacted the hatch. And even if he drops down the hatch, Avian now has upstairs control. And he can easters. So, and he's going to know that he's dropped, right? So,
Defenders
I think
protect your
Avian
bombs
played
from
that
being
really,
defused
really
by
smart,
attackers.
and Skittles was maybe not thinking about the situation as much.
Absolutely. And I don't think anybody's ever accused Avian of not having good game sense. So fantastic job from him on the triple kill. Ghost on the double kill to bring Elephant Gang. Like I said, up one round again. This is getting pretty good battle back and forth. A very, it seems like a tap dance between super aggressive and take your time, and typically it's one right after the other. And I'm not even talking about different rounds. It's like, okay, let's gather some information and then go. It's not like gather some information, gain a little ground, gather some information, gain a little ground. It's nobody's kind of tippy-toeing around the map. Everybody's going hard once they got what they need, and I like it. It's kind of a new meta is developing from the lack of being able to breach. And Skittles with a double kill, 10 seconds in. Are you kidding me? He's outside but cannot make it back in. Avian will shut him down. 4v3, ladies and gentlemen. Only 15 seconds off the clock so far.
I saw that he was setting up for it, but I was so confident that he wasn't going to do it that I wanted to talk a bit about the setup. But no, he just ran for it. He just went for it. So I guess that's what we're doing now in this game. Spade's going to be playing around as the customs, pushing through onto jail, seeing exactly what he can make of this. Maybe even go for the run out, maybe even going for the run out nitro, as the Dokkaebi calls are going to go out from Avian as they slowly start to push onto the armory and try and get some sort of entry here. But you see Remorse is going to be playing on his famous Legion. Answer his phone very quickly. You see the amount of Legion mines he just has in this area, along with the shield, means they're going to have to hop over that shield, go into those Legion mines and die to them. As Ghost gets the kill into Spades, however, as he just pushes in. Oh, what the pre-fire from Trippin as he just jumps in. He takes down Remorse, but Gotcha will be there on the refrag very easily, and now he has control of the diffuser.
Great job in the beginning, but Elephant Gang, great job to maintain their composure, bring it back. We got Avian, I believe, down, if not with 1 health, somewhere else on the map. Yes, indeed, he is down. Ghost will kill the aggressor and manage to pick him up, but no! Bodega will peek out and get both of them. And here we go. The back and forth continues. Disrupt tying it up yet again.
Mo Digger, more like my Digger. As we move through into round number 9.
Okay.
That's his name, guys. It's not a slur. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So we're gonna move through into round number 9. This is a surprisingly close game. Although I will say, actually no, I was gonna say most of the rounds are going to defenders, but it's not even like that. It's most rounds are going to whoever's in the site in 30 seconds, basically.
Yeah. And you could see Elephant Gang is picking up a lot of what Disrupt started out doing on attack in a situation like this. With the Fenka, with the Lion, with the Ash, with the Dokkaebi, Ying is really the only difference, and that is because, like you described, the minute Elephant Gang begun their attack phase, because Super is just such a good Ying.
Yeah, he is a great Ying as well, but on top of that, Border is a very hard map to rush, I would say, if you're not playing into Armory, because there's not many. The only site I can really think of that you can do it on effectively is Workshop, because there's this area, right, where you can just push through the front door immediately into the site in 2 seconds. The other objectives don't really have that, where you're not getting killed from above easily. Especially on this one, right? Because you've got this long hallway you have to contest before you're actually into the site. Whereas on the other sites, you are basically just in immediately. So let's go through here into round number 9 and see exactly how the defense is going to be set up here from Disrupt, as they are going to go for a Bathroom Tellers. What do you think about Bathroom Tellers?
I don't have a strong opinion on it. You know what? I mean, I wouldn't do it. If I was coaching a team, I'd be like, that's probably the last place I'd go.
Yeah, you wouldn't date Bathroom Tellers.
No, I prefer the other 3 sites much, much more than Bathroom Tellers. But, oh, what is happening with this match? 15 seconds it goes. There's one member of the defense outside, or at least there was for a minute. Smoke, or is that Mute? I have a little bit. That's Mute off the board.
Mute's dead, and Smoke is still on the board. But they both had shotguns as Ghost gets another kill Oh my god, he's just all the way in his. Modiga finds a kill into Avian. All of a sudden, it's a 3v4. Lion Charge is finally going to go down as well. As Stripper going to get injured, however, by Modiga, is going to be in a very awkward position. Oh, he peeks around, he takes down Super. What a shot from Modiga. As it's all down to K9 and Ghost now to recover the round a little bit. Ghost is going to be pushing through into the workshop. Tries to find his entry kill where he can, but the camera is going to be watching him. And he's still got to deal with all this barbed wire as well. So not going to be looking too good for him right now, as he's going to get detected. But there's still the man advantage here for Disrupt, so they could still bring this back. And don't forget, that Frost is probably going to prove a little bit dangerous to these late game pushes.
Yes, indeed. And I was just going to say, when you pick a site like that, you got to try and do something gimmicky. Well, I mean, here we are. They're a man count up, so that's about as gimmicky as you need to get. Get that numbers advantage. Still over half the round to go, so now the attackers are taking their time, slowing down. They got a little bit of utility left to try and utilize. Not a whole lot of useful utility unless it really gets down to crunch time, but some utility nonetheless. A little bit of a peek out by Gosh will take Ash down to about 5 health. He will hold the angle. No need to get super aggressive. He'll peek out to throw the gas canister at K9. There with waiting arms will remove his head. EE1D to stop any of his teammates to stop it. Ghost will get a kill onto Modiga, and that will be a 1v2 in the other direction. Oh, no. Remorse with the shotgun will get one, but Ghost will finish it off in a beautiful 2v3 clutch by Elephant Gang, and they will be in the lead once again.
Big Brad. Unlucky. That Super 90 apparently is still Sniper 90 because you can contest Lion at a long angle like that. But you could not contest the Ash at the smaller angle. Go for that crouch peek. Ghost took him down. And that's going to be match, well, not match, but map point going to Elephant Gang so far. So looking pretty good for them so far. I'd say they're stronger on the attack than they were on defense, honestly.
It's just been a toss-up. I feel like we've been going back and forth all game long. Disrupt managed to string a couple together at the beginning to come up 2-1. After that, Elephant Gang stabilized and brought themselves up 1. I mean, it's just a very, very even matchup. And I think both of these teams are very, very capable of winning gunfights. And without the strategic Mira, without the echo, without the breaching of any kind, it's been more of a gun battle game. And here we got a Cav coming out, maybe. See if that gets 6 picked away. We'll see a Twitch for the first time. I believe for the first time. Very decent gun, not so decent,
Attackers need
I
to
guess,
locate and defuse as many
utility
bombs as they
since
can.
there's no mirror, but I guess that could be debatable. I don't see anything on the side of the defense which
well,
could be affected very much by the Twitch.
One big thing is taking out ADSs, and that's going to allow Super to just get straight into the site if he does do that. But the problem with that also is that there is Remorse on Frost. And Frost is probably going to be a big issue for those late game pushes, as I did say. And also I want to point out is when I said that, there was still 1 minute 40 in the round. There was still so much time, regardless of the amount of deaths that had actually gone down.
10 seconds left before insertion.
I also want to point out that this is the 5th defensive round for Disrupt. And if I'm not mistaken, it could be 4, but I know for a fact it is at least 3 attempts here on Bathroom Tellers. But I think it was 3 attempts, and then the 2 other attempts are the ones that they won. So I don't know if they're looking for some sort of redemption here. Oh, no, they did win. They did win, didn't they?
Yeah.
On one of them. Okay. So I think they were 1-1. I guess they want to break even here. They want to break in their favor on this Bathroom Teller site. But, or maybe not expose some of their strats going into Challenge League. We'll have to wait and see. But a little bit slower of a round because we've made it through 30 seconds, folks. And nobody has died yet, although that might change here very soon with Doc holding that tight angle.
It's interesting as well because I was casting the Go for earlier with Stokes, and pretty much the exact same sort of strategy was happening. But as I say that, Super's on this side, and no Gotcha will TK Modiga, but he's gonna get interrogated! Oh my god! Avian is gonna TK his teammate there. Super goes down, but the interrogation gets denied as Cav goes down, and Gotcha goes down as well, and that is completely turned around now, as Avian will manage to plant the diffuser down, and it's gonna be all down to Remorse and Skittles to recover the round. Now, Remorse is actually still on the site, but there's going to be a drone there to peek him out. As he peeks with a pistol, does manage to light up Ghost just a little bit here. So he peeks around again. And Avian going to be playing the close angle. K9 takes down Skills. It's going to be all down to Remorse. He goes for the pistol whip. Takes down K9. It's going to be all down to him. in a 1v2. He goes for the peak with a pistol, just managed to light up both of them. Look how low they both are. Avian and Ghost on a sliver. There goes Ghost. It's all down to Remorse. Big Brad moving in with the pistol. He's got to find one, but he won't be looking at him. And Avian takes him down.
Man.
And that is going to be a beautiful first win going into Elephant Gang's favor. And still undefeated on border, I believe.
Even Super acknowledges Remorse is crazy. If Remorse even knew that he was like one bullet to the toenail away from pushing Disrupt into overtime, I don't know. But great effort for him, but greater effort for Elephant Gang to hold on to that 1v3 and manage to pull out map number 1 border with the W. This is a best of 3, folks. So we will be heading over to Clubhouse next, and should we need it, as a decider, Oregon.
We'll be right back. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the people from around the world, welcome back to the North American Challenger League qualifier playoffs. This is going to be the grand finals. I'm your host, the caster, James Sterner Parkinson, and joining me yet again is the lovely Ty Tangles.
Howdy.
Oh no, please not again.
No.
Please not again. So, for those of you who are just joining us, we just played Border. We saw Elephant Gang take it narrowly 6-4. But on that map, we saw both Habana and Thermite getting banned, so we had no hard breaches. It was a very interesting match to watch. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. As Disrupt, they're going to open up with their first attacker ban is going to be Lion. Okay, so there is going to be a hard breacher. He's got just like he's tempted.
Indeed. There is indeed. We're going into, like he said, map number 2. Map number 1, no breachers, no mirror, no echo. It's very hard to speculate exactly what was going on, but you know, it was just as entertaining as you could want out of a match of this magnitude. You know, both of these teams having already made it. There we go, Mira as well again. So no Mira at all these first 2 maps. No Mira at all, period, if Elephant Gang manages to pull out map number 2. I think it's worth mentioning that these 2 opponents, Echo gone as well. So the only difference is Habana not banned. Instead, it'll be Lion this time around. But the difference is last time, these 2 teams have already played once in this qualifier, disrupting the first team to knock Elephant Gang down to the losers bracket. Elephant Gang battling their way back. Now they're up a map on Disrupt. So for the second time around, they're so far so good.
Yeah, but I would like to point out that the map that they won is definitely by far Elephant Gang's strongest map, Border. So I'm interested to see how they do on New Clubhouse, because I feel like this map should go to Disrupt. When I saw Elephant Gang play earlier in the playoffs against Flawless, Flawless actually did really, really well on Clubhouse against Elephant Gang. So I feel like this is one of their weaker maps. But I guess only time will tell, because they did ban the Thermite. So that is going to suggest that the main defense is going to be upstairs in CCTV Cache. We're actually going to see a gym bedroom defense, also very, very viable with 0 Thermite, because there's that jacuzzi wall that normally gets opened up. Very hard to open that wall up with just a Habana. This wall is what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Plus, you got the Bandit. It's very possible to attempt to do some tricking there. Not having to worry about a second breacher simultaneously breaching elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, so we're going to be getting in here to round number 1 to see exactly how a bedroom defense is going to happen. So, castle, pretty essential to this. I also like the way that normally this wall gets opened up, where you see a long line happen, and then the rotate happens very closer to the wall, so you can't get picked up on the rotate. You also can't get really picked up on the rotate if someone's holding down from construction. And I feel like if you're trying to still rotate by the time that construction control happens, it's probably not the smartest place to do in the first place anyway. But, you know, there's still potential here to rotate if they're sort of peeking from the other side. So, yeah, I prefer this sort of angle. Also allows you to keep control of this area from a load of myriad of different angles.
Yes, indeed. Well, here we go. Round number 1 getting started on map 2 of this best of 3. Elephant Gang eking out a win on Border 6-4 over Disrupt. Just joining us, make sure you slap that follow button here on Sternav channel. He does all sorts of casting, ESL, everything else, you name it. He's around. Couple of bullets missed. Castle will take a little bit of damage, as will the Buck. Buck will maintain the angle up the stairs, waiting to see if anybody wants to peek him again. Peek that nice little ACOG he had. So far, no takers. A minute off the clock now. A lot of turtling, a lot of patient waiting going on the side of the defense.
Yeah, this game is definitely slowed down quite a lot, and you'll see Gotcha is going to be burning those ADSs so Modiga can get in here and just trying to open this all up. He just managed to open up the castle barricade, shoots those bandit charges off. He's also forced Avian out of position, but he has a longer angle. He's going to throw this impact nade so that he can destroy the Habana charges. However, I don't think he actually managed to get all of them. He's going to throw another one here to try and deny more of them, and he does manage to do just that, but doesn't manage to destroy them all as Ghost gets the kill onto Spades. He's going to kick off the round with a nice kill onto the Jackal. So they've still got a decent amount of control here, looking very nice for Elephant Gang, but Mundiga himself is going to be answering it back himself as he pushes on to the bedroom and onto the gym window. So
yeah,
you can be pulling around here. Yeah, sorry, you go.
I was just going to say, a great job on the flank watch. Flank watch, so important when you're finally making your push on the side. You know, funny enough, there's actually not a lot of his teammates nearby. We got Jaeger miles away from site looking to try and do some sort of late rotation. There, his teammates, I think Buck is up underneath. Now he's got a buddy of his out on the balcony outside, but not a lot of action going on, and the time slowly ticking away. Buck will sneak up the main stairs, hold an angle here, wait for his teammates to start inching on the other side with him. But still, not a lot of action, a little bit of castle bashing going on. They'll finally get that one open. Open up a couple more lines of sight, but the time is ticking away. They're nowhere near getting into sight. And just like that, Super and Avian will end Skittles' remorse. Ghost will chime in with the kill of his own onto Modiga. It's a 1v4. And no, sir, not even all the way through the window. Avian will shut that down onto Gotcha. And Elephant Gang, a very sturdy hold to start off here in Clubhouse.
That was insane right at the end. The amount of gunfights the Elephant Gang won right at the end there as the push was coming through. It seemed like it was going so well for Disrupt. They opened up Jacuzzi just a little bit, enough for them to contest the angle, but not enough for them to really push from there. Regardless of that, they burned the ADSs, they had control of Jim, but just at those last seconds as the push was coming through, so many kills were going out onto Disrupt members as they were pushing in. They were all going down, some incredible angles, especially from Avian as well. He got the most beautiful kill, and that really just completely shut down the attack from Disrupt. Really nice hold there from Elephant Gang, especially not to allow Disrupt to get as many picks as they really wanted before they began their execute. So yeah, really well played by Elephant Gang to play that very conservatively. Now that's going to allow them to go to CCTV cache room, which arguably is an easier to defend place.
You know, I like the patience that Elephant Gang is capable of. They push when they need to push. They're patient when they need to be patient. It was very reminiscent of after they had lost those 2 consecutive rounds to Disrupt on their final defense upstairs. Their patience, their setting up of crossfires, they're digging in their heels and holding their positions, knowing everybody's got a job, everybody's got an angle. And even if you lose a guy, the ability to fill in and cover his angle and relocate, I guess, to hold that whole defensive perimeter around the site just paid off so well for Elephant Gang. Nobody got snooty. Nobody re-peeked the Buck who was looking up the stairs through the window. It was just very, very mature play coming out of Elephant Gang.
Yeah, for sure. So, moving through onto the CCTV cache room, and let's see how it goes down. So, the main things about this, there's like 3 walls you really need to open up. There's this wall that goes straight into the site and completely cuts off rotations and cuts the site in half, which isn't reinforced, which is probably a big mistake here from Elephant Gang, I think, honestly, unless Super wants to play some sort of long angle. The problem with not reinforcing this is you can play a super long angle all the way from Gym if you really want to. But they have actually reinforced that wall to deny that long angle, so could be fine for them, could not be fine, but I'm still kind of confused of why this wall has actually been opened. Maybe for a late rotation later on from E-Gang. But the other walls are, of course, this east wall and one of the garage walls. It doesn't really matter which one you go for, but normally you want to go for the right one. So, with those 3 walls in mind, with only Habana, it's going to be almost impossible to open up this east wall unless you time frag grenades very, very well, or you get downstairs lounge control. But it's very hard to do that without breaching into... Well, it's going to happen anyway, because Avian's going to go down. As the bandit off the board so early on, that's actually going to allow that east push, but it's not looking like Disrupt even care about that push as they all push into the construction area.
Yep, a very early pick indeed. A very, very important pick, because Avian's been doing so well, but a return fire will take out Spades. That is now a 4v4. The IQ and the bandit both gone. Avian, the silent Habana indeed. So the assault will continue from this west side, contrary to what you would have done. Skills will get lit up down to about 10, 15 health. The smoke will come out and drop him, but somehow he is out of the... Nope, there it is. He crawled right into the smoke damage, and then he will get taken out. Ghost will get a kill as well. So Elephant Game recouping after losing Avian early. K9 will get dropped. Bodega will get a kill and finish it off. On to K9. 3v3 now, 54 seconds, still plenty of time to work with, as the attackers just seemingly playing the free peak game, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. And it has managed to turn this into a 3v3, so quite a lot of refrags still coming down here as Disrupt slowly start to try and push it in again, but they haven't really got any control for all of this. And there's still so much utility on the board for Disrupt here. I think Remorse still has one, yeah, he still has one logic bomb. He still has 2 of those smoke grenades as well. So I think we're going to see a very last second push coming out here as loads of utility start to get put out. Logic bombs go out from Remorse. And Disrupt will slowly start to push in here to the site. 15 seconds left to go. They really need to pick up the pace. But Super takes down Gotcha as Modiga goes in and he goes down. He might be able to withstand here, and he will be trying to do so as Remorse pushes all the way through construction, gets the kill into Super, but won't be able to find another one as he pushes all the way in. But no, Tripifies the double, takes down Modiga and Remorse, and that will be Elephant Gang taking round number 2. Flawless on the defense so far.
Tripping just with the collateral. No, actually, I thought they picked at the same time, but they didn't. It was just a really good job by Trippin holding that angle. Disrupt will fire. No, I'm sorry. Elephant Gang. Gosh, getting confused. Elephant Gang will continue and go up 2-0 here on this map number 2. Elephant Gang looking really, really good and really, really comfortable so far here on Clubhouse. What are they going to have to do, them being Disrupt, of course, kind of swing things around?
Oh yeah, for sure. So let's move through now into round number 3. And we're going to see a Church Arsenal defense. Now, this defense has actually changed quite a bit from back in the day of original Clubhouse, which seems like a distant memory at this point with the amount of Clubhouse I've been casting recently. But, you know, this downstairs area, I mean, let's talk about the changes a little bit, right? Is the main thing is about that blue hole is you've added where garage storage, aka Adam's spot, really used to be. There's now a staircase, so rip Adam's spot. Adam got 1 spot in the game, and it got removed.
Attackers need to
That's
locate
just
and
not-
defuse
Sorry, buddy.
bombs.
But K9, on the other hand, still has about 17 spots.
I really want to see K9 get a kill from K9 in this game, just so that, you know, we can live in that moment.
Yeah, well, we need to go to Chalet in order for that to happen, I think. I think that is probably...
This is K9 as well. So.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't, like I said, he's got about 17, but the most...
Yeah.
Prolific? Where am I thinking of? Prolific. God.
Yeah, prolific.
One of those days, guys. It's been a long weekend. Prolific spots, of course, would be the balcony outside on Chalet. That will always be K9 spot to me.
In your
Attackers
heart.
recovered the diffuser.
In my heart.
Moving out to locate
Yeah,
bombs
so-
and defuse it.
The main way in which this has changed, of course, is this blue area. And this makes roaming so much more viable. And I'll explain you why. Before there was nothing here. There was just a wall, right? It means the only ways you can get back upstairs are through the ladder, which can easily get claymored, and there's not really anything you can do about that. Or this main staircase.
C4, really.
Yeah, C4 and impact, and even then they're gonna hear it, so it's kind of hard for you to rotate up there. But now you've got 3 places to watch for roamers to rotate back up of. So roaming on this basement defense becomes so much more viable. And it's a very interesting way to play Clubhouse, because normally pro teams would just run in here assuming there are no roamers, because, you know, it'd be suicidal to roam an armory defense. But now teams get caught out quite a lot by these late flanks. So, I mean, I'll be excited to see if Elephant Gang actually go and abuse that.
Yeah, and you remember, even when ladder was the only thing, I mean, a late flank could be devastating for the attacking team. But instead, Ghost will start to kind of sneak up the stairs. Some pre-fire bullets will come down after him. Not sure if it's just a pre-fire because no droning was done, or if they saw him creeping up. He will see a drone. He will shoot it and run back down, opting not to engage from a lower position. But Avian with the C4 will take Skittles out of that as a buck. No opportunity to open. I'm not sure how much of the kitchen floor he got. A little bit. The C4 got a little bit too.
That was such a great prediction from Skittles. Sorry, from Avian. Not a great prediction from Skittles, of course, because he did die. He noticed that Skittles, rather than coming from this end and going that way, he came into the kitchen instead and worked the other way. And as soon as he started booking, Avian threw out that nitro and killed him. So really nice to play there by Avian. Quickly pick up with the kill into the book is a huge pick this early on. Not a lot of soft destruction to be brought here from Disrupt. Is going to really limit their options on opening up those soft destruction areas, getting those nade kills especially, and just generally making them an easier time on the site. Now this is interesting. The church wall isn't completely reinforced.
Interesting indeed. I mean, they lost the buck. They still have the Zofia. So she could opt to open them up if necessary. She did kind of peek the little punch holes just to see if there'd be any return fire. But she does know that at least there wasn't anybody up against the wall. A couple of the concussive grenades will go out. Not sure if any of them actually connected, but the time is ticking away. Ying will drop down, but it will be shut down real quick by Super. Remorseful frag. Super will get a double kill, getting Remorse 2v4. Now Tripper will get one of his own 1v4. A TK by Ghost and a kill by Gotcha will bring it to a much more manageable 1v4. I mean 1v2, but it's only 10 seconds. Ghost will clean him up, and that will be it. Elephant, seemingly unstoppable so far here on Clubhouse.
I just want to point out that K9 was about to get a kill from K9, but then Super got the kill, and then K9 died in his own spot. So, F's in the chat, please, for K9 for dying in his own spot and for Super stealing his kill.
Actually, that is the caster's curse, because you said you wanted to see it. He not only got his kill stolen, but he also got TK'd. So,
yeah, it's funny.
I think you should stop talking about it.
During OGA, I was talking about how devastating Canadian's roam was, and I was saying how Obey really needs to kill him early on. And as soon as I said it, Canadian died in like the first minute of the round. And I was like, oh god, I'm so sorry, Canadian.
So I am now receiving DMs on Twitter from the players telling him, please do not let Sternab mention me specifically on stream for the rest of this match.
Oh.
I don't blame them at all.
We'll just call them players 1 through 10 now.
We're on a 3-minute delay, so they can also move through time.
Yes, exactly. So let's see how it goes down as we move into round number 4. And Elephant Gang looking very, very strong. And this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting Disrupt to be much, much quicker on these attacks. So we've seen loads of utility go down much earlier on. Instead, we've seen a very miscoordinated Disrupt. The timing is a little bit off by just mere seconds. But those mere seconds, they're being punished by Elephant Gang, who are not letting any picks on the site go down. They're winning their early gunfights. We saw Avian with a great nitro very early on to Skittles, who, for some reason on this top floor attack, I don't know if you realized, but he was running the Buck rifle with a suppressor and red dot.
5 seconds left.
Hey, you know. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Sometimes you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it to them. So it looks like we're gonna see a very similar setup coming out from Elephant Gang. This is such a powerful setup as well. Just what they do on the Jacuzzi wall, where they open up the top of it. Because, as you can see from the other side, you can't actually get grenades through the other way, but you can get the impacts through this way. Because you actually hit the top of this, like, I don't know what to call it, like a blind or a roller that comes down.
Yeah, that's kind of where the roller gets stored, the garage.
Yeah.
Rolls up into.
Oh, so Spades is going to get the first kill of the round already up onto this roof, as Skills gets a kill onto Super. 2 very early kills, and that's exactly what Disrupt needs to kick off these early rounds. Skills is instead going to be running the holo site this time, so good job from him. As Spades gets a kill onto Trippin already. 1 minute into the round, it is already a 5v2, much more aggressive strategy coming out from Disrupt. as Avian looks like he's going to get caught out a little bit here on 90 as he pushes around. Does manage to take out the drone, as K9 going to be playing around into the logistics and helping him out here. But they don't really have much control of the site because Avian doesn't have control over B because they have no angle here. But they do, I think he did 11 hit that castle barricade. So well done for him for doing that as K9 gets the kill onto Skittles. And yeah, he did 11 hit it. He's going to move through all the way into Jim now and take a very aggressive position as K9 just pre-firing it down, shuts down Spades, and Avian gets a kill of his own. Sends it to a 2v2, but instantly refragged as Modiga's convinced, no, Gotcha's going to be there, convinced someone is in logistics, and yeah, he will be correct on that. K9 goes down, and Disrupt will finally be on the board with their first round.
If K9 could have pulled that clutch off, and he did get some bullets down on a Gotcha there, I have a feeling that Elephant Gang would have somehow miraculously ended up winning that round. But nope, Gotcha maintained, was able to drop the last player on Elephant Gang, secure the first round for Disrupt. And Disrupt doing what they do best with that aggression really, really worked out for them this time around. Finally.
With so many of those early gunfights, which they were losing so much early on in the previous rounds, this time they knew exactly the setup that the Elephant Gang were going to run. They countered it beautifully because they were instantly in that cash room, instantly shutting down people. It was very, very quick from Disrupt, and I'm really glad to see them finally on the board with their first attack. But we're going to move into their potentially last attack as we move into the last round of the first half. And we're going to see a Glance come out for the first time this series, I believe. No, not this series, but this map. Because he played the last map.
Attackers need to locate
So, last defensive going for Elephant Gang, assuming we do not go into overtime for this map. Of course, Disrupt needing to win this map to keep this series alive. For those of you just joining us, of course, both of these teams have already qualified. This is simply a seeding match, but still, bragging rights on the line.
Well, I mean, there's also the big thing about that. There's probably more on the line here for Elephant Gang to win this than there is for Disrupt, because Disrupt have their game on Friday against Space Station during the US Nationals. They're not gonna be too bothered about winning this particular game because they need to save their energy, save their strategies for that game, and save exactly what they're gonna do. They want people to see this as the sort of meme game, right? However, Elephant Gang don't have anything like that coming up. This is their, last big game until they start Challenger League. They want to go into Challenger League with the higher seed so they have the easier time in the first week.
And understandably so, yeah, absolutely. So, round number 5 underway. Some of the garage seemingly getting opened up by the attackers. A lot of droning coming in. There is a Valkyrie to meet anybody who dare entereth the door. But no action going on yet. Spades seemingly got Valkyrie right on the drone that he has at the bottom of the stairs. Not sure what the rest of the attacking team is up to right now, but the time is ticking away. About a minute now off of the clock. How much action going on so far?
No, not at all. And I think that Disrupt are planning out their attacks a lot more now. They're looking at exactly what the setup is. Once they're confident, they know what they want to do, then they execute. And I feel like Gotcha, as well especially, is great at moving these executes through. But there we go. Trippin is going to get the first kill of the round. Spade's going to go down already. That's your glass off the board. That's terrible. K9 going to take down Gotcha. That's the only hard breacher. This is terrible from Disrupt. And as I'm praising them for their tactics, they just lose 2 people instantly. Not only that, but really key operators to these attacks.
Yeah, really key. Lots of utility to be used in Elephant Gang. I've commended them so far for their patience, for them not pushing the envelope, because whenever they wait for the attackers to come to them, they've been coming out, pretty much on top. A grenade will go up the stairs, not do any damage to anybody. But this time they got a little bit of aggressive, and we're actually doing some peeks onto some of the attackers at the door by Trippin and elsewhere, wherever Gotcha died at. And so I do commend them for switching it up a little bit because, they do have those gunfight skills. They're doing pretty good so far as they're trying to get their 4th in 5 rounds.
Yeah, and they will start to try and push in here, but it looks like Avian's going to push up on his own, but Remorse guns him down. It's going to be a 3v4, but Avian doing that has bought a lot of time here for Elephant Gang. Maybe not as much as he would have wanted to do, but he has managed to buy the time nonetheless. He's also managed to confirm that there are, in fact, 2 people outside of there, as K9 will just spray down Skittles with a nice pre-fire. And it's going to be all down to Modiga and Remorse. NS is going to go out. Oh, Modiga almost gets TK'd there. He's right into the site. Tripper's going to be there waiting for him. It's going to be all in the hands of Remorse, but no, Super going to be waiting for him. Takes him down, and Elephant Gang moves to a 4-1 lead.
Very surprising turn of events here from Elephant Gang. They are just playing really, really great. Of course, the information that you just said, you know, due to me, due to a lot of people, Disrupt have a very, very important game to go into later on this week. They already have qualified, so Elephant Gang, you know, they're definitely not lying over and dying, even though they're not necessarily showing strats. But you know, Elephant Gang, they're not doing a lot wrong this time around. You know, they had a lot of mistakes that cost them rounds on border. Haven't seen very many mistakes from them at all so far here at Clubhouse.
So, what do you expect now going into the attacks from Elephant Gang, knowing what we know about Elephant Gang so far and how they attacked on border?
I think with this particular lineup, they're going to be taking their sweet time, gathering a lot of information. You're going to see a cluster in one side. You're going to see the Thatcher, Habana, maybe even the Zofia together. Sledge and Dokubi on the flank. I think it's going to be very methodical. And what they're going to have to do is, I feel like we're going to see a very, very heavy roam game coming up from Disrupt that they're going to probably have to try and deal with first, unless, of course, Disrupt makes the mistakes of putting too many men off-site.
Yeah. Maybe. I think that with the lineup that they're bringing, they were expecting potentially a CCTV cache, because I don't see other reason why you would bring Thatcher here. But this can also be a lineup that's really for any attack. But I'm just looking at this lineup and thinking, this is such a great lineup for attacking CCTV cache. And I think when we eventually do see that defense, we are going to see this lineup coming out from Elephant Gang. Anyway, we're not going to be talking about that. We're going to talk about the armory defense coming out from Disrupt. And I think Disrupt are really good on this defense at just holding down the site and not giving away early picks. Absolutely. See, I'm going to say that, right? And then someone's going to die in the first match.
Yeah, and then somebody's going to do the exact opposite. I was going to say, you know, Thatcher, not a terrible pick at all. I mean, he has at least an effect of some sort on every single one of the defender's utility in one shape, you know, one way or another, destroying the overwhelming majority of it. So, you know, not a terrible pick, and you have him there to open up or clear some batteries away should you need him to do that too. I think Thatcher's a very, very underrated. I mean, his ability's so good. I don't know if you remember really, really old school Thatcher, where you just throw one of those EMP grenades anywhere in the vicinity of the bomb site, and the entirety of the bomb site and 2 rooms over get enveloped in that EMP charge.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like I said, you know, not a lot of action so far. Very surprisingly, I don't see a very heavy roam game from Disrupt. I thought they would be spread out all over the map, just trying to take a couple of picks at the approaching attackers and running away.
Well,
you see
Skittles
upstairs, you'll see Skittles. He'll drop down into the bar area, but nobody's too nearby, although there is somebody over towards the garage. And I think Skittles got spotted. He's getting pushed right now. He'll get 1 in kitchen. He'll get 2. He turns around. He'll miss a grenade. Run back downstairs. He'll get some damage on another one. He'll pull out the pistol, finish him off. Skittles on a tear right now, getting hurt by his own teammate. Smoke grenade. Oh no. He'll get down and, yep, TK'd by that smoke grenade. Unfortunate, but the damage has already been done.
Yeah, Tripper going to be playing onto the church wall, but no, instantly gets taken down by the Ella of Spades. And that was all in the hands of K9 moving through onto the lounge. He does not have control of the diffuser. He does not have much hope for this round. I can feel it from here. 1 minute left remaining on the clock. Can he frag out as the Thatcher? Let's find out. He moved through. He will manage to see, but can he get the shots? Spades is going to be lighting him down, just pre-firing down onto bar and just keeping him distracted. Just keep him there. It's 50 seconds left to go. All you have to do is just not do that and die so early on. And yeah, they see K9 very happy about that. But yeah, instant karma for you, K9, as Remorse is going to take him down. And he's also going to teabag him. Great. Excellent. He's teabagging all the way. I like it. Even goes for the hip fire. Brad, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, Remorse just shut down the, just absolutely shut him down. Tripper was trying to get a little bit snarky with it, and Remorse absolutely shut down. Savagery ensues, etc., etc. Disrupt a much needed round. 2 and 4 looking a whole heck of a lot better than 5-1. So Disrupt kind of scratching and clawing, trying to get their way back into this game. Go here into round number 7. Got that Ying, Zofia, Thatcher again, Sledge, and Habana. They expect them to go. Actually, I don't know where they expect them to go, to be honest, but they're choosing to go CCTV and Cash.
I think they are expecting CTV Cash because you win the downstairs. You know you can't go back there for another 2 rounds. It's unlikely they'll go Bar Gaming. It's very likely, however, they will go with that top floor. And out of those 2 top floor sites, I think that the most preferable out of them is Cash. But having said that, Elephant Gang actually did pick Bedroom Gym as their first defense. So maybe stuff going down there. I'm not sure what's going to go down here. But what I mentioned about Thatcher is, yeah, I agree that he is a great op just generally. But I'm thinking about specific attacks that Thatcher is so great for being able to deal with this bandit tricking at the same time as using those sashes to open this up. You can open this window up, use Zofia charges to burn the ADS, and then you can get Ghost with his nades to kill whoever he's trying to bandit trick. And then from there, it's an easy take. As soon as you get this wall open, and you could even get a kill out of doing it with those nades, it's a very easy take indeed. I'm wondering if there's any ADSs actually here. I don't actually think that is. So Skittles could get naded immediately here because I can't see any ADSs. Can you?
I cannot, and you know, oh, there he goes, just planting it right now for him. He was probably understanding that that was a problem for him as well, right as you were saying it. Now you know what's going to happen is now that ADS is going to get EMP'd, he's going to get naded just because you said something.
Yeah, probably. No, I can believe it because, I mean, I don't think it's going to get EMP'd because I don't think it's close enough to the wall to get EMP'd. I think it's just outside the range. But I think it's going to get burned here by Trippin or by... by Trippin because he's got the Zophias. So you could be able to use that lifeline to just put out those Zophia charges and easily burn the ADS that's there. But he is actually going to move through into the gym and just shut down any rotates that come through here. Super could also burn the ADS, don't forget, because he is bringing those 3 flashbangs across. But I think they have droned out that someone is around this strip club area. And they are going to try and shut down Spades. And I think that's why Trippin has pushed so far in. Don't forget, he has the diffuser. If he gets caught out here by an early push, comes through maybe construction or something like that, that could be devastating. And Trippin is going to find one of those Legion mines. He's going to be slowly pulling it out. It looks like the rest of Element Gang are going to set up for their attack.
Yes, he's in construction. I don't think they have any idea that somebody's at strip. We saw 3 drones pass right by and go straight towards the stairs. So very dangerous avian late flank could be on the horizon. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, 3 of the attackers into construction, starting to deploy a little bit of utility in towards cash room. The time is ticking away, but still plenty to work with, but not a lot of ground being taken by this attacking squad. This is probably the furthest we've gone this entire 2 map into a game without a death occurring. Only 50 seconds left. Somebody finally gets down. That'll be Remorse in the bomb site. He will not have the opportunity to get finished off as the rest of the wall there will get opened up by these Habana charges.
Yeah, Trippin is going to be around into the supply closet trying to find a kill where he can. Skills picks up the first kill of the round, however. Ghost going to go down and Remorse is still bleeding out on the floor. As Modiga is going to be holding down the very close angle. I think Spades is about ready to go for his flank now as he comes up back onto the eastern stairs, back going for his control over the site. As Skills with another kill shuts down K9. How has this happened? How is Skills finding so many kills with this MP7 Bandit? 15 seconds left to go, and finally the attack is going to come through. Super gets the entry kill onto Spades. As it's turned into a 4v3. Flashbang starting to go out a little bit more as Modiga playing the close angle. Oh no, Skills is going to TK Remorse and gets taken down himself by Trippin as the plant finally going to go down. But Gotcha is going to tail Trippin, and oh no. He saved the KD. He saved the KD. He didn't plan.
Save the op. Oh, did he really? That's funny. So yeah, Skittles killed just about everything that moved that round. but had a very good part in holding up that defense for Disrupt. So great job to Skittles. Great job to Disrupt for stringing 2 together after being down 4-1 early on in this grand finals. I was about to say quarterfinals, but this is the grand finals of this ESL R6 CL Season 8 Open Qualifier. Gosh, every time I say that, it is a mouthful. For North America. Did I not say North America? Should I run through that again, folks?
Yeah,
ESL R6 PC Challenger League Season 8 North America Open Qualifier Playoffs Grand Finals.
Yeah, that is definitely a mouthful. A very long title indeed. But yeah, don't forget, guys, this is just a seeding match. These two teams are both in CL, but whoever wins will get the higher seed and therefore have the easier time in the first week of Challenger League. After that, I don't think it will really matter too much, but definitely that first week will be a lot easier for whoever's. I think that what Remorse said to me is that Group 4 and Group 5 tend to be in the same... Sorry, Seed 4 and Seed 5 tend to be in the same group anyway. So both of these guys are probably going to end up in the same group. And of course, if you're familiar with how Challenger League works, you have Group A, Group B. They play in separate groups, and then the top of those groups go into the playoffs against each other.
Absolutely. And if they are in the same group, I mean, it's been a pretty darn exciting match so far. So if they are in the same group, we can expect a lot more exciting matches coming out of whatever group they get placed in, for sure. A lot of high-level competition coming up for you folks this season in Challenger League. Anyway, we're getting started now on round number 8. This could be Elephant Gang's opportunity to put the game in match and map point.
Yep.
Or this could be Disrupt's opportunity to drive this one home after winning 2 straight and forcing it to map 3, which would be Oregon if we need it. Top of this outer wall will start to get open up. Not sure what they've got in store. The Thatcher grenade will destroy the batteries already on there, but Skittles, lying in wait, will place another, and he will decide to bandit trick with, I'm not sure if he's got 2 left or maybe 1 remaining battery. Either way, the ADS stopping some grenades from going his way. They know exactly where he is. Drones all over the place. A minute off the clock here. Skittles managing to do a good job so far. Looks like he got drove off of the wall and will be unable to trick it any longer.
But yeah, Remorse can still play around here, and he can still use his impacts onto that sort of white bit of the garage door, but that will actually destroy any Habana charges that end up at the top of that area if he does choose to impact that. So this is a very powerful angle for Remorse to play. More Thatchers will, however, start to go out, and it looks like Skittles isn't going to try and repeat it because the nade is going to destroy his shield. So yeah, he'd be suicidal to repeat that. You see Remorse, however, is going to throw those impacts out. Does manage to destroy a few of those Habana charges, but obviously doesn't get the bottom ones. And what a great reaction from Super and K9 as they take immediately kills on the board for them. Spades and Gotcha out of it. And wow, I'm so surprised that Super realized that that was going to happen.
Yeah, a great reaction time to kill whoever it was who ran out. I'm not sure where the other kill took place. Right inside the doorway, is it? If so, interesting that there would be 2 of the defenders in the same spot. No, I'm not sure where that other kill took place.
It's going to turn into CSI Siege if I try and do this, so we're just going to move slowly past this.
Let's whip out the GSR residue tests and the magnifying glass.
Oh, Skills!
Will continue his reign of terror. He'll shoot out the window. Will get lit up by one of Disrupt, but he will just manage to stick around in this corner. He knows he's pinched, but he is wasting a ton of time from the attacking it squad of Elephant Gang. Trippin will get a kill onto Modiga, and that will be 27 seconds left, 4v2, although the Bandit barely any health left. Remorse here holding an angle, the only full health defender remaining. He'll turn around, he'll miss the shots. Avian from the top of the bed will drop Remorse, and now only 3 health Skittles will stand in between Elephant Gang and match point as the diffuser goes down. He is all the way over. He will find 1 outside, but they should know where he is now. He's still got to find 3 more and defuse this. A lot
Don't do
standing
it.
in between.
Don't do it, Skills. You got so much to live for. Don't do it. No! Don't do it! Oh my god.
What a troll, what a troll. He'll peek out, do a couple of pre-fire. Oh, he'll just miss the head of Trippin. That was good instinct to check the corner. He did not peek into the corner far enough. Trippin too well hidden. Trippin will end it for Elephant Gang, putting them on match point 5-3.
Oh my god. Skills. He's crazy. Like, so when people saw the rosters for these two teams, people thinking, oh, Skittles, he's just a content creator. I feel really sorry for anyone who is a content creator for Rainbow, because I feel like they instantly get labeled with it, right? That they're only in it for the content, they're not actually good at the game. But Skittles is one of the best comp players I've seen in a long, long time. He constantly lands shot. His aims is basically flawless. He constantly lands headshots, and with Buck as well. That is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, I've talked to him once or twice. I don't, by any stretch of the imagination, know Skittles, but I do know that he dipped his toe in competitive and was kind of, I don't know if I should do this. And when he finally dove headfirst in, which is kind of a recent thing, especially since Disrupt had kind of come around, he's, just like you said, he's performed absolutely fantastic. And just like you said, his aim is very much on point. It doesn't take long with a group of 4 guys helping you how to, you know, learn the subtle nuances between ranked and competitive. You guys can't see the air quote when I say subtle nuances between ranked and competitive, but believe me, they're there.
I mean, especially very experienced comp players, especially Remorse, very high up there. Of course, you guys watched year one, season 1 to season 3. Pro League, Remorse did used to play on a few teams back then. Unfortunately got cut, didn't make it, and now he's making his return with a vengeance. And you know, I thought that Remorse was going to be the guy who held this team together and told them to be patient, because if you've ever talked to Brad, he's probably the most patient man in the world.
Very much so, very much so. And he is like the dad of Rainbow Six. He has been in the competitive scene for so long. Tons of Challenger League seasons, many Pro League seasons. This guy has been around the block. He's got a successful stream. You know, everybody knows him, and it's good to see somebody who's stuck it out for so long, finding success, already having made it into Challenger League, win, lose, or draw on this very map. But here we go, Elephant Gang on match point. This will be for the whole kit and caboodle of these qualifier number 8. If Elephant Gang could just manage to survive these 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So far, not a lot of action. A couple of pop shots by K9 through the soft wall over towards the bomb site. Ash will be opening up into the construction, trying to hold an angle into the bomb site. And again, the patience from Elephant Gang. They've covered a lot of ground. No resistance on the way through it, but Skittles will kick it off. Killing Tripper, that'll be a headshot. He says, not on my watch. Unfortunately, Super will close him off. He got a little bit hyper after he first killed Trippin. He'll get traded back, a minute 42 left. Bullets going back and forth. Goes with a beautiful cook nade. Will take out Spades as Spades decides to poke out behind that little chest of drawers. And it will be a minute and 30 seconds left, 4v3.
What a great... what the hell? Like, I thought the site was up there because of how many people were defending it, but no, it is an armory defense. So very heavy roam coming out from Disrupt. Unfortunately, did not pay off for them very well, as Skittles and Spades will lose their lives for it, and it turns into a 4v3 situation. But they still have the smoke, and they still have the Legion after all of that. So that's going to give them a huge amount of utility to work with, especially having a smoke with all 3 of these removing gas grenades. Gives you so much to work with.
So 48 seconds, no kills since the initial firefight. Elephant Gang in a perfect position to take down this entire series. But the diffuser is left upstairs. Nobody has actually grabbed it. Not sure what they're doing. Only 3 of the defenders. There's not a lot of action going on right now. There's been a smoke that's been deployed. I'm not even sure there's an attacker in Moto. Yeah, there is one right outside the wall. So he's just kind of bouncing back and forth, making a little bit of noise. He'll do a very aggressive push up the main hallway. Not sure why, but Avian will make sure that his death is revenged with a double kill and it is only Remorse stopping Disrupt from going down in this best of 3. He will take a couple of shots through the soft wall towards where the plant went down, but the plant will go down successfully, and he will not be able to drop any of the remaining attackers. The time is ticking away, about a third of the diffuser time now gone. He knows it's a long shot, but if there's somebody who could do it, it could be long-time veteran Remorse. We just talked about his capabilities. Let's see if he can put them to the test, as over half of the time has gone. It is a huge ask, but he's going to have to make a move right now if he wants to make something happen. Avian will finish it out with the triple kill. That will be it. Elephant Gang will win the top seed position from this qualifying tournament, and Elephant Gang will win it all here on Clubhouse.
What a matchup. Very well played there by Elephant Gang, who will successfully take the highest seed available, which I believe is the 4th or maybe even the 5th seed. It kind of depends on how many returning teams there are, but from what I gather, there will be 5 spots from the qualifiers going through, so that means the highest seed that someone can achieve through the qualifiers is seed number 4. So there you go. There you have it. Elephant Gang winning out. But, you know, as I said, it's just a seeding match, and Disrupt are saving a lot of their stuff for the Friday match. You can see the scoreboard there from the people who were left in the game. Avian was doing so well in that game, but some insane kills going out from Skittles, indeed. Very, very well played by him, indeed. So, that'll be all from us for tonight. It was amazing casting with you, Titangles.
It was amazing casting with you, my friend, also. And also, make sure you slap that follow button up top on Twitch. You know you want to. Slap that follow button, and we'll cast some more great matches together right here. Twitch.tv/Sternab. Again, my name is Tight Angles, joining Sternab on his channel. Thanks for inviting me. Had a great time, and we will see you next time.
Catch you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in.